What's going on, everybody? Now, this is a busy weekend, a really busy weekend. I'm going to be gone all day Saturday and all day Sunday at definitely the best Northern California card show, the Fairfield Card Show. And I will be there today. I will be there tomorrow. And it's going to be really difficult for me to get my Monday video out. I don't like to record it too soon, because if I record it too soon, then I don't have a lot of people's responses. So there's a very good chance that's going to get pushed back. But tomorrow night, Sunday night or Sunday, I don't know, maybe Monday, Sunday or Monday, I will be posting a full card show wrap-up video. I'll be taking footage inside the show. I'll kind of show you our setup. If I pick anything up, I'll include all of that. So just a little heads up for the next couple of days. That's what's going to be going on. This video that I do, this series I've been doing for quite a while now, where I take a look at cards that I think are great deals or surprisingly affordable great cards, is one that I look forward to each month. And I do it on the previous month. So these are going to be pickups that happened in May off of eBay that I hunt for, that I go, man, that seems like a great deal. Now, sometimes they're not way below comp. It's not like they're, it's a $100 card and I see it for $40. That's not the part that catches my eye. The part that catches my eye is, really? That card only sells for that much? That seems crazy. And one of the things that a lot of people have responded is, number one, Greg, you're just showing the reason these are affordable is because they're low-grade cards. They're 4s and 5s and 3s. Well, I know, but the 5s and the 4s of today are not the 4s and the 5s of 20 years ago. A 5 grade nowadays in a card from the 1950s is a really nice card. It's a really nice card. So sure, the number may seem low or mid, but in most cases, these are nice looking cards. Another thing that people say is, Greg, nobody cares about those players. They're not Mantle. They're rarely Mays. They're rarely Aaron. They're rarely Clemente. They're rarely Koufax. Occasionally those guys slip in, but we don't care about them. I mean, these are some of the all-time greats. Many of these players are Hall of Famers, and some of them aren't. And that's another response I get. Greg, that a lot of those guys aren't even Hall of Famers. Since when did we only collect cards of Hall of Famers? I mean, I have cards of non-Hall of Famers, lots of them. And a lot of the guys that I feature in this particular episode are guys that I think have a very good chance of becoming Hall of Famers. They may not be Hall of Famers today, but I think there's a very good chance that a year from now, one or two of these guys that aren't currently Hall of Famers are Hall of Famers, and their cards are going to go up. But I don't know. I think that argument of, we only care about high-grade cards. We only care about premier Hall of Famers. We only care about Hall of Famers in general. I don't know. I don't, at least I don't subscribe to that. That's not the way I collect. That's not the way a lot of people collect. But I do know that that's the way that some people collect. And what I would just say, I suppose, is, maybe a lot of these cards aren't cards for everybody's collection. But a lot of these cards are cards that I think the majority of people would love to own in their collection. I don't know. I find that interesting. Now, before we get into it, and again, we're going to do 40 cards from the 1950s for under $50. And these are ones that caught my eye. I choose 5 that are the most mind-blowing, and I point those out with my sound effects and my image. And I'm always curious, did I get the right 5? What was the most mind-blowing to you? And was it one that I picked or not? So there's always that. And then at the end, I do the opposite of the most affordable deals of great players. And I do 10 what I call moonshot cards. These are cards that are like super eye candy that most of us would love to have a copy like it in our collection, or, you know, a dream card for many of us, a goal card for many of us. And there are some big ones of those as well this episode as well. So again, 40 surprisingly good cards for good deals, and then 10 moonshots. Before that, though, I have a quick thank you I want to send out to my guy Scott up north of the border. He sent me a few quick cards. A couple of them are big cards, and there's a story behind them. So first, he sent me this sweet card of the GOAT in a Red Sox uniform. Love that. And then also same GOAT in a Blue Jays uniform. So thank you to those. Now, I'm not positive if I have the Rock and Fire one. I might not have that one. That one might be new. I don't recognize it, but I'm not positive. Now, the next 2 cards he sent me are nice cards. And he said, yeah, you know, they're nice cards. I tried to crack them out of slabs, and the cracking out of slabs went wrong, and the cards got damaged. And so now I don't even want them in my collection. It's like a reminder of the slab cracking gone wrong. So send me 2 pretty sweet cards, but they are damaged from the slab cracking experiment. And you'll see some of the damage, but I'm thrilled to have both cards. I mean, first off, how about this 59 Topps Roberto Clemente? You could see the damage at the top. Now, other than that damage at the top, that is a really sweet card. I mean, man, I don't have this card, so I'm happy to add that one to my collection. The next one I do have, but it's a incredible card. How about that? This is like the premier Derek Jeter rookie card. The Upper Deck SP. Man, and if you look at the very top right-hand corner, you see it right there? That's where it went sideways when it got cracked. Other than that, it's fantastic. I do have this card. I have it in an 8. But, man, thank you. These are fantastic cards. So, thank you to my friend Scott. Appreciate that very much. Let's go ahead and take a look at some cards that were great deals and some moonshots. All right, first off, at 50 for Bowman Bob Feller. Look at the eye appeal on that thing. Got a PSA 3, really well centered. Right at $50. I mean, any plain days Bob Feller card for under $50 in a well-centered copy, my gosh. How about Vada Pinson? He's a non-Hall of Famer, but this is his rookie card in an SGC 5. I think he's got a chance to get in at some point. And this was $49. Imagine what this card would go for if he did make the Hall. Now look at this. This is one of my favorite images of Warren Spahn. This is a 57 Topps in a PSA 5. Such a nice looking copy. You know, PSA 5 cards, like I said a minute ago, are really nice cards now. And yeah, that one right there is mind-blowing to me. I have a PSA 5 copy of that card, and I didn't pay $49 for it. All right, how about a 58 Topps Fence Busters? You got 2 all-time greats in Mays and Snyder on there. In an SGC 6, for $47.96. Monte Irvin, one of the best bridge players, one of the best players to come over from the Negro Leagues and make a huge impact in Major League Baseball. $47.68 for his 54 tops and a PSA 4, and it is a beautiful card in my eyes. How about a Duke Snider, a really well-centered Duke Snider from the 1956 set, this one in a PSA 3 for $47. A really popular, good-looking card. The colors on this card are really awesome. An SGC 5 copy of the 59 Topps Frank Robinson for $47. Again, a well-centered card. How about a Minnie Minoso card? Now remember, Minnie Minoso's rookie card is in the 52 set. 52 Bowman and 52 Topps. This is his second-year card for under $47 in a 2.5. Now look at this one. Before the 52 Topps set, Topps had the 51 Redbacks and Bluebacks. And this is an SGC 3.5 for $46.04. Look at how beautiful that is. That seems low to me. They come off center from time to time. That one is well centered. That blew my mind. How about a 55 Bowman Roy Campanella and a PSA 4? Roy Campanella is so overlooked. I mean, an incredible player. $46 for this PSA 4. Another Roy Campanella. How about a 54 Bowman in an SGC 3? That's such a cool picture of him. I love that picture. I almost bought that card about a year ago. $46. How about a 56 Topps Minnie Minoso in a PSA 6? So PSA 6 card. That's a beautiful card. $45.55. Minoso is so undervalued. How about a Curt Flood rookie? Another guy not in the Hall of Fame, but I think has a really good chance of getting in. In fact, there's a Veterans Era committee this year. $45.20 for that one. I think he might be, he might have a shot. 1955 Bowman Richie Allen in a PSA 5. The 55 Bowmans do not get much love. That was in a 5. How about a 58 Topps Ernie Banks All-Star in a PSA 4? I love the blue background with his blue cap and sleeves there. For $45 for a beautiful Ernie Banks card. Now, when we were talking about multiplayer cards the other day, one that came up is this Ted Williams and Klaczewski card. $45 here for a PSA 5. Look at how well centered that is. How about a 57 Topps Ernie Banks? And remember, his rookie is 54. So this is still very early in his run. An SGC 3, fairly well centered for less than $45 before tax and shipping. That is a sweet card. Another 54 Bowman, this time a Pee Wee Reese in an SGC 4 for $43.58. Back in the day, Beckett would list a lot of those older cards. If it was a Brooklyn Dodger or New York Yankee, it would put that information in there because it was a premium. But now we've got Dodgers going for cheap. It's weird. We got a 1958 Topps Harmon Killebrew in a PSA 4. Really well centered. Great eye appeal card again for $43.51. One of my favorite Frank Robinson cards. I love this image on this card. The 58 Topps All-Star in a PSA 6. This is a year after his rookie card for under $43. The 55 Topps Monte Irvin, another guy who gets overlooked. $42 for a 5.5. I mean, what would a common be in a 5.5 from that set? And he's that cheap? Now check out this one, a 51 Bowman. One of the most important sets of all time is the 51 Bowman. We got a Hall of Famer, Richie Allen, superstar, with an SGC 5 holder. Beautiful image. And that one blows my mind. I mean, ungraded, I would have thought that was a $40 card. That one's in a good grade. Another 57 tops, this time a Duke Snider in an SGC 3 for $41.52. Look at the centering on that thing. Again, I try to pick centered cards here because when I don't, you guys beat me up in the comments. But how about the 59 tops Destruction Crew? Another card that came up in the multiplayer video recently of some of the all-time best multiplayer cards. This is a PSA 6, and look at the centering. It's got Minoso and Dobie. You got a 53 Bowman Color Monte Irvin. Again, one of the most popular sets out there is the 53 Bowman Color. This is a PSA 3 for $41 of a Hall of Famer. A 57 tops Eddie Matthews in an SGC 4 went for $40.99 before tax and shipping. And again, well-centered, great eye appeal, looks fairly sharp. You got another red back, this time from the 51 top set. It's Bob Feller. Now, this is an SGC 2, probably has a wrinkle. But again, I keep saying this, Bob Feller playing day cards for under $50 that have good eye appeal. Geez. How about a Whitey Ford and a PSA 5 for under $37? I love that image of Whitey Ford. We got another Campanella. Telling you, Campanella is very, very underappreciated. In an SGC 2.5, $36.53 for a well-centered copy of one of the best catchers of all time from one of the best sets of all time. Got a football card. How about a 58 Topps Bart Starr? His second card. Pretty decent eye appeal. PSA 3, $35. His second card. Another guy not in the Hall of Fame, but an important player, won an MVP as well. The first African-American Yankee, the 1955 Bowman Elston Howard in an SGC 3. Another football card. We got Roosevelt Brown, one of the best linemen of all time, his rookie card. Fairly well centered. Hard to find these cards centered well. In a PSA 5 for $34 in grading is about $25. That's crazy. A 58 Topps Larry Doby in a PSA 5. Again, great eye appeal. That's a beautiful card for $33. A 58 Topps Duke Snider. Duke Snider's another guy that's super cheap, other than his rookie card. Look at a 1950 Bowman, his second card, Duke Snider. It's like very affordable. And this 58 went for $31. A 54 Bowman Mini Minoso. Again, Minoso and Irvin we're seeing a lot. Campanella we're seeing a lot. I don't get it. A 3.5 for $29.50. How about a 59 Topps Baseball Thrills Hank Aaron Club's a World Series home run in a PSA 4? Really well-centered card. It's a really nice card with Hank Aaron on it for $29.09. And that gets my fourth choice for the most mind-blowing deal of the month. My goodness. Look at this. Another guy not in the Hall of Fame, but I think has a chance. A 55 Topps Ken Boyer in an SGC 4 for $29. I mean, it's okay. I send my card into SGC for $15. I pay for shipping. Out the door, $20. That blows my mind. That you can get one well-centered like that of a guy who has a very legitimate chance of making the Hall of Fame. His rookie card for $29. We got a Johnny Mize. And the 1950 Bowman of Johnny Mize. Now, this is about 3 years into his cards for $29 in an SGC 4. You got another football card, another one from the 56 Topps set. We got a Bobby Lane, who was a prolific player for many years for the Lions, and a PSA 4 for like $20. Now, I might be biased because I live in Northern California, but Joe Perry, Hall of Fame running back, 1955 Bowman and a PSA 5 for $11. My goodness. Vintage football is insanely cheap, guys. Insanely cheap. All right, let's look at some moonshots. Some gold cards. Oh, man. I think most of us would love to have this 55 Topps Jackie Robinson and an SGC 8. And the final sale price was $5,895. What a beautiful card. There are not a lot of 8s in the pop count for a card like this. And that is a very special card. I've got a nice 4, and I'm thrilled to have that. Now look at the eye appeal on this Willie Mays rookie card. The 51 Bowman Willie Mays in an SGC 3.5. Now this sold before he passed away, and the original asking price was $9,000. But they accepted a best offer of $7,000. That's a really, really nice Willie Mays rookie card for $7,000. That's a great deal. How about a 57 Topps Bart Starr rookie card, autographed? The card received a PSA 6. The autograph received a PSA 9. A rookie card of Bart Starr, that's a 6, it's also signed, went for $7,069. What a special card that would be to add to your collection. We got a 52 Topps Jackie Robinson. A lot of people say this is their favorite Jackie Robinson card. And this one's a PSA 4.5. This card just continues to climb in price. And $10,999 is what it went for. The color on it is fantastic. Centering's good, not amazing. But that is such a beautiful card. Now look at the eye appeal on this 54 Topps Hank Aaron rookie card. A PSA 6, and the centering is outstanding. And it went for $11,500. That is a beautiful copy. I don't know why anybody would need a better copy than that one. I mean, if you put an 8 next to that one, I don't know. I would just rather have the money difference because that 6 is fantastic. How about a 52 Burke Ross Willie Mays? This is in a PSA 8. These are tough to get in high grade like that. And this one sold for $12,252. If you're a Willie Mays super collector and trying to put together the ultimate Willie Mays collection, I could see why you would want to step up for this one. That is a really nice copy of it. How about the 56 Topps Mickey Mantle? To me, the best looking Mantle card. And it's a PSA 7.5. It's even got the Mike Baker sticker on it. So if that's your thing, there you go. And it sold for $12,500. And it looks, again, how that's a 7.5 and not an 8, I don't know. But that thing is fantastic looking. We got the 58 Topps Mickey Mantle in a PSA 8. Really, really well-centered card. Side to side especially. Top to bottom might be off by just a pinch. Went for $12,850. Again, when you start getting high-end costs of cards from the 50s, you're going to see a lot of Mantles and Mays popping through. And deservedly so. They are two of the all-time best. How about this? I thought this was an interesting one. So you got a 52 Topps Mickey Mantle, right? The card that so many of us have always dreamt of having. And this one has seen better days. But it is centered. But it's got a lot of damage. Now, would I like to have it? Sure. Of course I would. I'd love to have that. Be better than not having one. $20,502. There were some other Mantles that sold, but that one I was like, I want to see what everybody thinks of that. And then we got this, a 51 Bowman, the Mickey Mantle rookie, in a BVG 6. One of the reasons I picked this one is, number one, it's a BVG, and it's a high-grade 6. But also, that original asking price was $65,000. And it ended up selling for $35,000. So they came way off the asking price. And I just found that one interesting. What do you guys think of these? What were the biggest deals, and what were the moonshots you liked the most? Let me know what you think. As always, I love doing these videos.